This exercise video is for anyone with Axial Spondyloarthritis or Axial SpA and Ankylosing Spondylitis AS. Axial SpA is a chronic progressive disease of the spine that is of autoimmune origin. If left unchecked, this disease causes the spine to fuse and form a solid structure, thus causing the patients to lose flexibility. This includes difficulty with side-to-side movements, forward bending, and even more debilitating is the inability to move the neck. In some cases, axial SpA can also cause breathing difficulties as the rib joints attached to the spine stiffen or fuse. Fortunately, there are treatments to help manage your axial SpA. However, to manage your axial SpA well, it is not enough to rely on medication. You also have to exercise. The fitter and more flexible you are, the better able you will be to deal with your symptoms. Before you begin your AS exercise program, you should check with your healthcare provider, such as a rheumatologist or physiotherapist, to ensure it is safe to start a new exercise program, especially if you have had any of the following. Before we begin with the exercises, I would like to highlight the principles of exercise in Axial SpA. They are posture, breathing, stretching, strength, and cardiovascular fitness. It is very important that one adapts to their existing exercise habits and set realistic goals to avoid injury. For your daily exercise, we will need some props or equipment to help you get the stretch you need. A yoga mat to lie down on. If you do not have one, carpeting or a mat can also be used. Next is a therapy band. If you don't have one, a towel will suffice. Later in the video, we will also be using a stool. If you do not have a stool, any chair with a low back will do. A small pillow or yoga block for neck support if needed, and a gym ball. Step 1. Posture. This step is to help improve your posture. Good posture is the key to strength, flexibility, and function. Recognition of habits such as slouching and leaning towards one side, and then emphasizing the maintenance of the correct spinal position will be an important step. To ensure that your spine is nice and straight, stand with your back against the wall, feet approximately 6 inches away from the wall, shoulder braced back, and arms against the wall. Keep your chin and tummy tucked in, head straight. Then step away from the wall. Remember how this feels. This is what your posture should be. Step 2. Breathing. Before starting your exercise program, take slow, deep abdominal breaths. To do this, put your hands on your abdomen. When you are inhaling, push your abdomen out. And when you exhale, pull your abdomen in. Do this 3 times. Step 3. Stretching. This is a very important part of your exercise routine for your Axial SpA. Do set aside 30 minutes to an hour to perform stretching exercises daily. You will need to be careful, know your limits, and learn to respect the pain. Exercise movements should be gentle, slow, and prolonged, with a 20-second hold for each stretch. Avoid bouncing and try to complete 2 to 3 repetitions. If you are feeling up to it, you may increase your number of repetitions or hold your stretch longer. It is also always important to breathe during these exercises. Stretching exercise 1. Overhead arm stretch. This exercise stretches your upper spine. Lie flat with your back on the yoga mat, keeping your legs together. Place your arms at your sides, with elbows fully extended and palms facing downward. Gently lift and stretch your arms over your head until your palms are facing upwards. Do not arch your back. Hold this position for 20 seconds and then bring your arms back to the start position. Repeat 2 to 3 repetitions. Stretching exercise 2. Double knee bend to chest. The second exercise is the double knee bend to stretch your lower back and hips. For this exercise, lie flat on your back on the yoga mat. Bend your knee to a 45-degree angle, keeping your knees and feet together. Next, grasp the back of your knees and pull both your legs to your chest. Hold to count of 20, repeat 3 times. Now here's a tip. You can use a therapy band or a towel to assist you in this exercise. Instead of using your hands, place the therapy band or towel behind your knees and use them to pull your knees to your chest. For people with difficulties in performing the double knee stretch, try the single knee bend instead. Lie flat on your back on the yoga mat. Bend one leg and pull that bent leg towards your chest while keeping the other leg fully straightened. Hold that position for 20 seconds, then switch legs. Repeat this exercise 2 to 3 times. Stretching exercise 3. Trunk in rotation in lying. Lie back on the yoga mat with both knees bent and feet together, flat on the ground. Gently roll both bent knees over to one side. Hold the position for about 20 seconds and return to the starting position. Now, gently roll the knees over to the opposite side, hold, and then return to the starting position. If you have a gym ball, you can try placing it under your heels and repeat the side-to-side rotation slowly. Stretching exercise 4. Hamstring stretch. Start by lying flat on your back and keep both legs bent at a 45-degree angle. Using a therapy band or a towel, extend one leg upwards, keeping it as straight as possible. The other leg should be kept straight as far as possible. Remember to hold the position for about 20 seconds and return to the starting position. Repeat it 2 to 3 times and repeat this step with your other leg. Stretching exercise 5. Cat and camel stretch. To perform the cat and camel position stretches, kneel down on all fours with your hands directly under your shoulder and knees underneath your hips. Next, round your back towards the ceiling, hold for 20 seconds. Then slowly drop your back and lifting your neck up gently, looking straight ahead. Hold for 20 seconds without arching your head backwards. Repeat each movement 2 to 3 times. Stretching exercise 6. Seated spinal rotation. This exercise can be done seated on a stool or chair. If you are using a chair, ensure that the chair does not have a high back as it will hinder your rotation. Sit upright on a stool, back straight, and place both hands at the back of your head, keeping your elbows open up. Slowly rotate your upper body to the right as far as you can go. Hold for 20 seconds. Then return to starting position and rotate to the opposite side. Repeat 2 to 3 times. Stretching exercise 7. Seated hips rotation. Sit upright on a chair. Bend your knee, bringing your right ankle on your left knee. Place one hand on your ankle to stabilize your leg, and with the other hand gently push your knee downwards to the floor. Repeat this with the other leg, holding each stretch for 20 seconds and repeat 2 to 3 times. Step 4. Strength. We are moving on to strength exercises next. These exercises should be done approximately 3 times per week. Take the exercise slow and do it in a pace that best suits you. Do not push yourself too hard and gradually progress from remedial to advanced exercises. Reminder to keep the correct posture to ensure the correct muscle activation. Remember to hold for 5 seconds and repeat the exercise 10 to 15 times with 2 sets. Strength exercise 1. Pelvic tilt. The first is the pelvic tilt exercise. Lie on your back with your knees bent at a 45-degree angle. Flatten your back against the yoga mat by tightening your abdominal muscles and tilting your tailbone up slightly. Ensure that you pull your tummy in throughout this exercise. Hold for 5 seconds and repeat the exercise 10 to 15 times with 2 sets. Strength exercise 2. Pelvic tilt combined with bridge. Like the pelvic tilt, lie on your back with your knees bent at a 45-degree angle. Keep your feet flat on the floor and hip width apart, with your arms extended at your side. Push your heels into the floor as you lift your pelvis up off the floor until your upper body and thighs form a straight line. Hold for 5 seconds and repeat the exercise 10 to 15 times with 2 sets. Strength exercise 3. Dead bug. Lay on your back, raise your arms towards the ceiling and slowly raise both of your knees up to a 90-degree position. Engage your abs as you're performing this step. Ensure your knees are in line with your hips. Slowly bring your right arm above your head. At the same time, extend and straighten your left leg. Hold for 5 seconds. Repeat this for the opposite side. Complete 10 to 15 times with 2 sets. Strength exercise 4. bird dog. Kneel down on all fours with your hands directly under your shoulder and knees underneath your hips. Draw your shoulder blades together. Raise your right arm and left leg, keeping your shoulders and hips parallel to the floor. Lengthen the back of your neck and tuck your chin into your chest to gaze down at the floor. Hold this position for 5 seconds, then lower back down to the starting position. Then repeat on the opposite side. Raise your left arm and right leg, holding this position for another 5 seconds. Repeat the exercise 10 to 15 times with 2 sets. Strength exercise 5. Upper spinal strength. Lie flat with your chest facing the floor. Put your palms and forearms flat on the floor at right angles to your head. Gently lift your head and shoulders up. Taking care to not use your arms as a support, only use your arms as a stabilizer. Hold this pose for 5 seconds and repeat the exercise 10 to 15 times with 2 sets. Strength exercise 6. Forearm plank. Lastly is the plank exercise, one of the most popular core exercises. To begin, get into a push-up position. Place your hands directly under your shoulder, forearms by the side of your body. Tighten your buttock muscle, tuck your tummy in, and lift your body weight off the ground. Keep your forearms and toes firmly planted on the ground, your back straight and your core tight. Make sure your body is in a straight line while you're in a plank position. Don't let your back or head sag. Hold your plank for the 5 seconds. Return to starting position. Repeat according to your ability. You may increase your time and reps as you go along. Step 5. Recommendation on cardiovascular fitness. Remember to maintain a good record of physical activity that is done over a period of time. It is advisable to carry out at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity per week. If that is not possible, one should do at least 75 minutes of high intensity aerobic physical activity per week. Exercises which are of moderate intensity include brisk walking, water aerobics, doubles tennis, ballroom dancing and general gardening. Vigorous aerobic activities are seen as race walking, jogging, running, swimming laps, singles tennis, aerobic dancing, heavy gardening and hiking up hills with a backpack. We hope that you found these exercises helpful and beneficial in managing your axial SpA or AS. Thank you.